Hello and welcome back for the 6th round of the Smelling Salts League. I'm your host, Super Saiyan Blue Lucario, the coach of the Wigan Warriors, and today we take on the Phoenix Helioptiles, led by the Harcade. It is going to be our toughest battle yet. Both teams need to win for very different reasons. The Helioptiles needing the win to wrap up top spot, while the Warriors need to win to keep alive their playoff hopes. Let's have a look at the all-important league table before we go anywhere, just to highlight exactly what's at stake here. The Helioptiles played 5, won 5, 2 points clear of the Miami Heatran, and they will know that a win this week will all but guarantee them top spot and the, shall we say, easier playoff tie, depending on who finishes in 4th. And of course, Miami Heatran second. They'll be hoping that the Helioptiles slip up so that they have a chance to regain top spot that they have held since the beginning until their defeat to the Helioptiles last week. But just behind them, hoping that the Heatran slip up again, is James YCB on 6 points, who's desperately looking to consolidate that playoff spot. All could change in the top 4 this week depending on results. The Milwaukee Metachams currently occupying 4 spots narrowly. That differential is hurting them in terms of their chase of James YCB, but they do also have a 2-point lead over both the Wigan Warriors and Nevada Nidokings. Both teams on 4 points, the Warriors with a vastly superior differential, aiding their cause and keeping them well in the hunt for the top 4. But we've got to do it tough. We've got to face the Helioptiles, who are unbeaten. New England Patriots and Backstreet Plant Gang both mathematically unable to make the playoffs. They'll be fighting for pride and a chance of avoiding that dreaded wooden spoon. So let's have a look at the fixtures for this week and how they may affect the standings. The Backstreet Plant Gang, only really pride to play for now. They take on the Milwaukee Metachams, a team desperate to consolidate their top 4 spot that they have narrowly regained last week. Nevada Nidokings face James YCB, both teams in with a shout of the playoffs, and a win for the Nidokings could really shake up this league. It is everything to play for. The Nidokings did suffer that heavy defeat to the Warriors last week and will be looking to bounce back, while James YCB will be looking to consolidate that playoff spot. New England Patriots mathematically unable to make the playoffs. Again, they're trying to avoid bottom spot. They face a Miami Heatran team fresh from their first defeat. How will the Heatran bounce back from the adversity? And of course, the Phoenix Helioptiles are facing the Wigan Warriors in the match you are going to be witnessing here in what is going to be a hugely entertaining tie. Both teams desperate for the win, and it should be a very entertaining battle, that is for sure. Of course, let's have a look at the teams themselves. Firstly, the Wigan Warriors. You know them, you love them, there's been no changes. We have Toxapex, Jirachi, Tapu Bulu, Hydreigon, Zeraora and Mega Pidgeot, Cresselia, Marowak, Alolan Form and Cloyster, Hariyama, Mismagius and Cloyster. That is our squad we have had since day one. We trust in that squad and we believe we have the squad to get the job done this week. Whether or not that will be the case remains to be seen, but of course, only time will tell. Now, of course, let's have a look at how our opponents line up. They have Tapu Lele, Kyurem, Ferrothorn, Crocodile, Araquanid, Hawlucha, Raikou, Magmortar and Mega Beedrill, Hitmontop, Mesprit and Nidoqueen. So, a quick look at those squads. It's a powerful team, but it's not unbeatable. There are major threats to deal with all over the place, but if we can, we could take this team down. Raikou, very good special attack, probably going to run Shadow Ball on him, I would imagine, considering the kind of people we have in our squad, such as the Alolan Marowak. Magmortar has great special attack as well, could see some action potentially. Mega Beedrill I'm expecting this one to come. It has an absurd speed stat and ridiculously high attack, but is very fragile and has died a couple of times in the league after being, I believe, revenge killed. It can do a lot of damage very quickly, so we need to be on top of that, especially from the start. Hitmontop has the potential to intimidate bait, just continually be switched in and out, lowering attack, and is also a rapid spinner to deal with stealth rocks and things like that, while Mesprit on his team is definitely going to be the support mon, setting up those status, setting up the rocks, setting up any hazards that he may have. Nidoqueen has potential to be a bulky defensive mon or a very offensive one, so we have to keep a close eye on that one. However, on the other side of things, Holucha, an absurd attack, and if he runs Psychic Seed with Tapu Lele, will outspeed practically everything. Kyurem has, well, it depends on how he runs it. He has Dragonium Z, that is something to bear in mind. However, he has been known, such as last week, to run Choice Specs, which is a very scary prospect. We have to consider Ferrothorn is bulk, it is Leech Seed, it is all manners of annoyance to deal with. Crocodile, if it runs Moxie and gets a chance to set up, is another problem. Tapu Lele is a big threat, and Araquanid, if we don't play it properly with Araquanid, we could face a really bad day at the office. It is a tough team to deal with, that is for certain, but it is possible. Just to illustrate the size of the task, however, let's have a look at the form guide. Obviously, with the Wigan Warriors, we lost 6-4, 6-5, won 6-1, lost 6-4, and then won 6-2. That 6-2 win giving us a very strong chance of making the playoffs as long as we win today. That is imperative, we must win. Our top 3 performing mons, Cloyster with a 6-2, Mega Pidgeot with a 5-2 differential, and Hariyama with a 3-2 differential. They are our top performing mons so far in terms of that side of things, but it just takes a quick glance at the Helioptiles to know the monumental task we face. His record, 162, 161, 164, 161, 163. While his top performing mons, Tapu Lele with an 8-1 differential, Kyurem with a 7-2 differential, and Crocodile with a 4-0 differential. That really does tell you everything. His mons have much superior differentials to ours, far fewer deaths. There is a reason he is top of the league, and he's had only 2 close-ish encounters in his battles. He's swept all the other mons, while we have lost narrowly or won strongly. So it could go one of 2 ways. It could be a sweep in favour of the Helioptiles, or we could push it very close right to the end and maybe nick the win. That is what we're going for. We've got to go in confident in ourselves. I have a squad that can win. It's all about the luck of the draw on the day and who performs better. I've talked far too long, so let's get down to it, shall we? Let's get ready to Poke Rumble! Okay, here we go. Let's have a look at the squads. The Wigan Warriors are coming in with Cresselia, Jirachi, Cloyster, sorry, get my words out, Alola Marowak, Hariyama, and Zeraora. As for our opponents, he's coming with the Araquanid, the Ferrothorn, the Kyurem, Crocodile, Howlucha, and Mesprit. Now, this is an interesting one. Who does he lead with here? I'm not so sure. He might be going for the Crocodile, looking for the Intimidate. He might be looking to set up with the Ferrothorn. He could be going Mesprit with setting up rocks and other status bits and pieces as well. It's going to be interesting no matter what he goes for. I'm not so sure how to lead this. I was actually predicting the Mega Beedrill. This, I mean, it's definitely going to be a very difficult battle, but who do we go for here? I think the best bet is still, we're going to lead Zeraora. Let's go for this. I want to gauge like what he leads with first. This could be a big mistake. He does go the Mesprit. Okay, so we definitely know he's going for the status moves here. So I want to get this thing out of here as soon as possible. Or we could just Volt Switch and go straight into our main strat for this. I think that could be the best bet. So I'm going to Volt Switch, get out of here. Doesn't do a lot, so he's very physically bulky. Okay, that's good to know. I'm going to go into Magic Man for this. He U-turns and gets the Mesprit out there as well. Interesting. He's probably going to go the Crocodile right now. He does go to the Crocodile. Okay. So this guy's definitely going to go for an Earthquake round. He does give us a chance to set up the Trick Room. But I'm thinking he might go for a Dark move here, predicting maybe the switch into Cresselia. But we're going to try this. I'm going to go Trick Room. He does go for the EQ, but we live. Okay, so I've got the Trick Room up. That's huge. Alright, straight away, we're going Mr. Krabs. He's probably going to send in the Ferrothorn at this point to try and take advantage of my Trick Room that I set. He didn't. He goes for the EQ instead. Okay. Alright, we are going to go after this. He might predict the water move here, so I'm going to go an Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere is still super effective on this thing, and in case he does go to Ferrothorn, this is super effective. And the one shot from Cloitzer. That is massive. There's the first kill of this match. Ferrothorn was an annoyance that I needed to get rid of. I'm very glad we got rid of that thing. It actually does well against most of his other mons. It seems. Okay, he's got the Araquanid in now. This is not something I want to deal with. We have 2 turns left of the Trick Room as well. Trying to think of who best to go for here. I'm going to go Yokozuna, actually. Okay, he's going for Stockpile. I want to get rid of any held items he has. So I'm going to go for a knockoff. We will outspeed because of Trick Room, unless he wants to switch here. That is a big question. What does he do at this point? Does he switch and risk me knocking off a held item? He doesn't have his Mega. He does potentially have the Dragonium Z on Kyurem, though. That is something definitely we might need to fear, because we don't have Tapu Bulu, who would completely absorb the Dragonium Z move. He has tried Stockpile, so he knows he's definitely building his defenses here. Does this thing get stored power? We've got rid of the leftovers. He goes Liquidation. That did a lot of damage. But now the Trick Room has gone. So... I'm going to switch into Sparks. He goes Liquidation again. That does a lot of damage. We've had the defense drop as well. Damn it. Okay. He's probably predicting a Plasma Fist or Electric type move at this point, which he might survive. But if he does go for the Crocodile and we close combat, I'm predicting that switch. If he does go the Crocodile and we one-shot this, it could be massive. He didn't switch. He played me. That is bad. And we've lost Zeraora. Okay. That is not something I was predicting the switch. He didn't switch. Okay, who do we go for at this point? Who do we go for? Leech Life is going to hurt no matter what I go for on them. So, you are Water Bug. We've got rid of the leftovers at the very least. You're going to outspeed Nero. Crabs. I'm not so sure if Crabs is going to be the best bet either here. Mother Mercy is... no. Actually, this comes with your physical defense, doesn't it? That's potential, I guess. Your speed's 157. Yours is anything at this point. I'm going to go Mother Mercy. We're risking it. Okay, we Trick Room. He's probably going to go Leech Life. He does. Doesn't do as much. Okay, that's alright. Now, we know he outspeeds. I am going to Psyshock this thing. See what he does. He goes for another stockpile. Right, that is a massive issue, because I don't have anything super effective for this thing anymore. This is going to be very annoying to deal with. I need a crit. I desperately need a crit at this point. He goes for another stockpile. He's just desperately raising those defenses. I'm not sure how to deal with this. I really don't know how to deal with this. This is very problematic. I'm trying another side shot. I need the crit. He goes for another Leech Life. At least he's not doing a lot of damage to me, but I'm not doing anything to him. We go Psyshock again. I'm going to have to set up the Trick Room on the next turn again. He goes Leech Life. That was a crit on us. Oh, that is not good. We're doing absolutely nothing to this thing. Trick Room. He uses Substitute this time. Oh, you bastard. Oh, this is a net. We're going to Moonlight. I don't think a... Oh, again with the crit. That's 2 crits in a row, man. Come on. Try another side shot. I don't think this is going to break his... Oh, he goes Liquidation now. Interesting. For the defense drop. I need that thing to break. Desperately. It's another Liquidation. And another defense. Does it always lower the defense? Wait, how did that not break the Substitute? How did that not break the Substitute? Oh, this is a problem. This is a huge problem. Oh my god. That's going to kill this turn, most likely. 2 defense drops like that. I'm thinking, at this point, I might need to Lunar Dance. Ah. Or do we try and save Mother Mercy? This is going to be a very tough one for me. Because he'll outspeed. Oh, wait, hang on. No, if he outspeeds at this point with Trick Room, he won't outspeed in the next one. But I do need Trick Room up if I'm to try and get out of this. So I'm going to Moonlight. He does go Leech Life. We do survive. But he's back to full strength. Okay, he's going to survive. We outspeed this turn, so we Moonlight again. We're back to full strength, but we are at half strength now. I need that Substitute gone. I need that Substitute gone. I'm going to Side Shot this turn. Get rid of the Substitute. Liquidation again. Alright, we outspeed now. I could Lunar Dance into Magic Man. Hang on, your physical defense is 268. We are Mother Mercy. Oh. Whew. This is a real problem. I don't know how to deal with this Araquanid at this point. I guess Moonlight again. He gets another liquidation, and he's dropped the defense again. How many liquidations does he have left? He has 9 of them. And 10 leech life as well. I don't know how we get out of this. Gonna try Moonlight again. There's no way of saving Mother Mercy here, is there? Because we switch out no matter what, we're not really going to do an awful lot here. He's got those stockpiles up. That's a real problem. Okay. I'm just going to try and whittle down any of his... yeah, try and use up some of his PP, I guess. But he has so much left. We're not gonna be able to stall him out. Liquidation's doing too much damage. Okay. How do we handle this? I'm just going to keep trying to stall this until I figure something. The defense drops are killing me. We have 1 Moonlight left. Sorry, Mother Mercy, you've got to go. And we need to keep our Trick Room strat alive. So we're going to Lunar Dance into Magic Man. I think that's the only thing I can do at this point. Because he's dead this turn. There's nothing else we can do. We could try and Trick Room immediately and send in Nero, but Nero will be one-shot by this thing. If it goes for another Liquidate... How many Liquidations do he have? He has 5 of them left. This is a problem. Okay, it's going to have to be Lunar Dance. And we're going to send in Magic Man. Back to full strength. Okay, your speed's around there. Mine, I probably outspeed you at this point. So if that is the case, we could try and go for the flinches, although Steel's not very effective against water. So I'm going to Iron Head and go for the flinch axe if I got 5% damage. And now he puts in the substitute. Great. Fantastic. On one side, though, we can now set up rocks, I guess. But it's going to take at least 2 hits to get rid of the substitute. So we Stealth Rock first. Goes to Liquidation. How much does that do? 32%. And he gets a defense drop. Stop getting these defense drops. How are you getting so lucky with these defense drops? I need to wish. I need to pray we get a flinch. We do live. Oh my god, that did nothing for us though. Alright. He has 2 liquidations and 9 leech life left. If we can run out those... Problem is, he still has 4 other Pokemon that I have to deal with. I'm spending all this time trying to deal with the Araquanid. So we wish again. Goes to Liquidation. And another defense drop. Can you not? This is a problem. This is a severe problem. How many... Okay, there's 1 Liquidation left. I could try switching to Yokozuna, because Yokozuna would live the attack. Problem is, I then try and switch in Magic Man, and we have nothing. I could send in Mr. Krabs to be fully restored, but then what moves do we have to take this thing down? Nothing, really. Although it's probably our best bet at this point. Yeah, we'll go Mr. Krabs. Because we resist that. Okay, so he has 1 liquidation and 8 leech life. I want to see how much damage... We need to break the substitute as best we can. And this has a chance to flinch. But, I mean, it's not going to hurt the substitute, is it? No, it didn't. I need to win here, but I don't see how that's going to be possible at this point. We got a crit, at least. That's a positive, I suppose. But he outspeeds us. He has 1 liquidation and 6 leech life, but we ain't living much more. This is a huge problem. He's going to substitute again next turn as well. So I could try Yokozuna, I guess. I'm not sure what I can really do about this. This will be neutral and has a 10% chance to burn. It's probably the best move I have at this point. He goes Leech Life again, does 10% damage. We don't get the burn. I mean, it's only a 10% chance, but... Okay, 30% here. He still has that liquidation, which I am worried about. I do need Yokozuna alive, though, for the Kyurem. This is a huge problem. We'll try fight. Okay, he has 4 attacking moves left on this thing. This is literally a stall fest right now, because both of us, we need the win for different reasons, and the problem is I can see him just trying to whittle me down until he gets me in range for liquidation. So that's going to be neutral. But then, yeah, he's definitely going liquidation next turn. He knows he's got the Yokozuna dead. 13%, we wouldn't live. Well, how much damage did it do with Leech Life to Magic Man? So look. Well, it did also... yeah, we're not living Leech Life, are we? I don't know what to do with this. I guess Mr. Krabs... He's doing 20% damage to us. What? He has 1 of each of those moves left. It's a very risky play right now, but I'm going back to Yokozuna. He's going to kill me no matter what. He goes for Leech Life. You have Liquidation as an attacking move left. That shouldn't kill Mr. Krabs. I'm going to try a Dark Pulse, try and get a flinch off against this thing. Or does he switch at this point? Who knows what he's thinking. I mean, this thing is like super low, but it can't actually do anything anymore. It's just going to be an unkillable thing. He does switch into the Holucha. Okay. Oh, he had Citrus Berry on this thing this time. Interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do here. How much did Dark Pulse? I mean, we're not going to outspeed this thing. We're going to take huge damage no matter what on that. I could try Nero, I guess. But I need Nero for everything else. I think we're done. Okay, can try a Shadow Bone. He's going to hurt us hard with Acrobatics or whatever other move he goes for at this point. He switches to the Araquanid. Wow. We nearly took that thing out there, but he has Liquidation on this thing. So I'm saying that. He does kill Mr. Krabs, but now you have no attacking moves on that thing. I'm going to send in Magic Man. And I'm going to Trick Room. You can't attack, so it's a free setup for Trick Room. It's the only hope I have of getting anything back in this whatsoever. So at this point, we're fighting for differential. He goes for the Crocodile. We've got the Trick Room. Right. Now we need to play Flinch Hacks. It's the only thing we've got. Please flinch. Yes. Okay, that's one flinch. And some leftovers. Let's try again. Please, one more flinch. One more flinch. He doesn't get the flinch, and we're done. He's got Moxie as well. We have 2 turns left of Trick Room. So I'm going to Fire Punch this thing. Fire Punch would kill at this point. He goes into the Kyurem. Okay. Um, 15% health. Your speed. Well, we'll outspeed in Trick Room. So I'm going to Fire Punch again. Kyurem's down. In comes the Crocodile outspeeds, and it is GG. No matter what we do here. Goes EQ, and that's game. Well, thank you very much for watching that absolute shit show. In the end, it was a bridge too far for the Wigan Warriors, coming unstuck against the Phoenix Helioptiles there, going down 6-2. But there were a few instances in that match that we could have done something, I think. Predicting the switch out from the Araquanid after one of the stockpiles was up and going close combat, that was the killer. And the momentum of the match swung very firmly in the Helioptiles' favour from that point onwards. Very well played too, the Helioptiles. They are unbeaten for a reason. Yeah, let's looking at the MVPs. Cloitzer and Alolan Marowak with the kills for the Wigan Warriors, while Araquanid taking 3 kills for the Helioptiles. Triple stockpile, and it was just a monster. Crocodile taking the 2 other kills. Obviously, there was the suicide as the other death on the Wigan Warriors side of things, but all in all, a comprehensive victory for the Helioptiles. Let's have a look at the other results, because, well, it does mean that the Wigan Warriors playoff push is over. We cannot qualify for the top 4 now, going into our final round. The Backstreet Plant Gang losing 6-1 to the Milwaukee Metachams with their team. They did manage to get 1 kill, but end of the day, 1 kill's not going to be anywhere near enough. Nevada Nidokings falling 6-4 to James YCB in a very hard-fought, close contest there. That narrow defeat does confirm that both the Nidoking and the Warriors are unable to qualify for the playoffs now. Miami Heatran bounced back from their defeat to the Helioptiles last week with a 6-0 drubbing of the New England Patriots. A comprehensive victory that wraps up second place for them. They still have a chance of first, but it relies on the Helioptiles losing and the Heatran winning next week. So, most likely outcome, the Heatran will finish second and face either James YCB or Milwaukee Medichams in the playoff round, which we can have a look at the league table right now. The Helioptiles pulling 2 points clear at the top. Now, with that, a narrow improvement on the differential over the Heatran, so that holds them in very good stead, even if they do lose next week, to hold on to top spots on a differential side of things. James YCB, even if he 6-0 sweeps the Helioptiles, he has to rely on the Heatran to be 6-0 swept as well. But because of the number of deaths he has already had, James YCB would still be below the Heatran, so he can't take second. He's now holding on to third spot. It's all about who he wants to play in the playoffs now. Who wants to take third and face the Heatran, or who wants to maybe finish fourth tactically and play the Helioptiles, potentially. Underneath that, the Wigan Warriors, too far away now to make the playoffs. We're on 4 points. We're just playing for pride and holding on to fifth spot right now. The Nidokings are down there on 4 points as well. That was a very good performance in defeat, but unfortunately a bridge too far for them. While the New England Patriots down in 6 on 2 points, and the Backstreet Plant Gang, again, yet to win a single match. They're on 0 points. Those two will play each other next week in a battle to avoid the wooden spoon. But it is pretty much a mathematical certainty, in fact it is, that the Plant Gang will take bottom spot now. Looking at the Lord Beerus standings after 6 rounds, and it's comprehensively between the Heatran and the Helioptiles team members there. Lando Therian, Mega Scizor, and Tapu Lele all on +7 right now. The Medichams Mega Scizor popping into the top pile there. Crocodile on a +6 differential. The only one in the top 8 yet to receive a single death. So that is a very good performance from the Crocodile. Celesteela on +5, while Kyrem, Alolan Muck, and Cloyster of the Wigan Warriors also make up the top 8 with a +4 differential. And well, you can probably hear in the voice, disappointed that the playoff push is over, but we made mistakes in this league, and unfortunately they have come back to cost us. So that'll do for this week. We're going to face the Miami Heatran in round 7, and I'm still going to bring everything for it. It should be a very entertaining battle, even if there is only pride to play for. But that will do for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Super Saiyan Blue Lucario. You can follow me on social media. Links are at the bottom of the video and the description box below. And until next time, it's time for me to have a cup of tea.